Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. In this video, I will be speaking about USDCAD. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect for this market. Then we will be moving to the order flow by looking at the commitment of traders, so the COT data, so essentially what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing and how they're shifting their orders. And by the end of the video, by using a combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here for this pair. So this is definitely a video you do not want to miss. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the place to be for high quality free trading education. So without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. Starting here from the monthly time frame, what we can see is that at the moment we clearly have a market which is stuck in a monthly range. We can see in fact how we have the bottom of the range here, which has been acting as support. The market already tested and respected this lower bound of the range as support in multiple occasions. And at the same time, we do have the top of the range here, which as well has been tested in multiple occasions and every time rejected to the downside. Now, at the moment, the last test was at the low of the range. So the next logical step would be for this market to go for the test of the high of the range, meaning that from a monthly standpoint, there is the possibility to see some short-term bullish price action into the resistance, so into the top of this monthly range. We can also notice that this level here has some intermediate structure. In fact, this zone here, if we look at it closely, we can notice how it was previous resistance from which this red candle was created. Then the market broke above that zone with this green candle. And at that point, the previous resistance, once it was broken to the upside, was turned support. Because what we know is that in the market, previous resistance, once it gets broken to the upside, becomes support. The market tested the level as support and is currently rejecting it to the upside. So from a monthly standpoint, more bullish price action could be created away from this intermediate support level into the resistance that we have at the top of the monthly range that we have previously identified. Dropping down on the weekly time frame, what do we see? Now, from a weekly perspective, there is some quite important structure as well. In fact, we can notice how this level here was acting as previous weekly support, turned resistance here, here, and here. Then the market broke it to the upside. That previous resistance was turned support, and it was already respected as support in multiple occasions. And currently, the market has just started rejecting this level to the upside quite aggressively. We can also notice that since from a pattern standpoint, we have an impulse and a correction, if we want to measure this correction after the impulse, we have to take our Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse leg. And if we do that, we can notice how we have a perfect 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, so golden ratio retracement, lining up exactly with this horizontal level of support, therefore creating a confluence of support and demand. And when you have a confluence of support and demand, you have an increased probability of getting institutional longing inside of that zone. And in fact, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so what hedge funds and the big players in the market are doing, and we check the data precisely for the CAD, we can notice how with the last reports, net positions have been massively decreased. So this means that institutions inside of that confluence of support have been moving to the bearish side of the CAD, meaning that they have been longing USDCAD, because always remember that all currencies on the spot are traded against the USD. So if you're looking at the CAD, you're actually looking at CAD USD. So if institutions are shorting CAD USD, they are essentially longing USD CAD in order to short the CAD USD. And that is exactly what has been happening so far, reaching a record amount of low net positioning at minus 129.4k net positions with 37.8k shorts added just with the last report on the institutional side of the market on the CAD, meaning these are all longs added on USD CAD. therefore making USDCAD stronger. And if institutions will continue to long USDCAD, that should make it stronger. And at that point, there is definitely the possibility for more bullish continuation, as we have already identified that is definitely possible by looking at the monthly time frame at the beginning of the video. So let's keep that in mind and move back to the chart. And by the way, if you still haven't, make sure that you join my free Telegram channel, which you'll find both on the screen and also linked in description, so you never miss new updates. Now back to the analysis. So here on the weekly time frame, the situation is quite clear. Let's drop down on the daily time frame and see what we have. So on the daily, I did speak about USDCAD just a few days ago when the market was around this area. I explained all the reasons for which we could expect this rejection to the upside, which is exactly what the market just gave us. And by the way, I will link in description that previous analysis, so you can go and check it out for more free education. But at the moment, what kind of structure this market has been creating? Well, if we look closely, we can notice how the level that the market is currently testing and starting to reject to the upside is the previous daily resistance, which was resistance all across this zone, which is now turned support here. And as the market is testing this previous resistance turned support, there is definitely the possibility of seeing more bullish price action being created away from this level. We can also notice that from a pattern perspective, we have a clear impulse followed by a correction. And in general, after an impulse, if you want to measure the correction, you have to take your Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse leg. And again, this shows us how we have the 50% and 0.618 Fibonacci retracements lining up exactly inside of this level, creating even more confluence of support inside of this zone, further supporting our idea that there is definitely the possibility of more institutional longing inside of this zone, which could propel this market higher. So what would I expect in a situation like this? Well, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes combined with the COT data, those are the best timeframes when it comes to the directional aspect of the market. However, when it comes to identifying early shifts in the trend of a market, the best timeframes for that are the intraday timeframes. So 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what I would expect is that if this market would shift from an intraday bearish to a bullish market at that point, I wouldn't be surprised to see a potential rejection to the upside away from this level. Now, if you want to learn more, I really suggest that you go and check out the transparentfxtrading.com website, which you find linked in description. From here, in fact, you will have the possibility to gain access to my entire courses. You will also have the possibility to gain access to one-on-one live private mentoring directly with me, the VIP market breakdowns with the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is precisely the one that we used in this video, the trading station software, which puts together everything that you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you continue to scroll down the website past the testimonials, you will see that you have the possibility to join and gain automatically access with email and password that you will create during the sign-up process. So I really suggest that you go and check it out as soon as possible. The link is in the description and I will see you in it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Also, if you have any suggestions on any topics or pairs that you would like me to cover in the next videos, make sure to drop them in the comments below and I will see you in my next video.